Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama, Tibetan spiritual leader, shared this quote to remind us that happiness doesn't come by chance. It's the direct result of the decisions and actions we take every day. The takeaway is that we have the power to build our happiness through small acts that reflect our priorities and values. An example is the story of Malala Yousafzai, who, despite facing violence and oppression, chose to fight for girls' education. Her bravery not only changed her life but also inspired millions, finding happiness in positively impacting others. Remember, every action you take today can bring you closer to a more fulfilling and happy life. Today, take one action that brings you closer to happiness. Something as simple as smiling or helping someone. You're in control. If this reflection inspired you, subscribe and share this message. The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Although attributed to Socrates, this quote reflects a universal truth. Progress doesn't come from resisting the past, but from focusing on building a better future. The lesson here is to prioritize growth, concentrating on what you want to achieve instead of what you're leaving behind. An inspiring example is the story of Jeff Bezos, who left a stable career in finance to build Amazon, a company that transformed how we shop and consume. By focusing on the future, he created something entirely new. Remember, holding on to the old drains energy. Building the new creates possibilities. Today, identify something in your life that needs change. How can you start building something better? If this idea resonated with you, give it a like and start focusing on your future today. The greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you cannot do. Walter Bagehot. Walter Bagehot, journalist and economist, shared this quote as a reminder that external challenges can become the motivation to achieve the impossible. The takeaway is clear. The limits others impose on us can ignite our greatest strength. An example is the story of Roger Bannister, who broke the 4-minute mile barrier, something many thought was impossible. His achievement proved that limits are meant to be surpassed. Remember, the challenges you face aren't obstacles. They're opportunities to prove your worth. Today, think of something someone said you couldn't do. Why not start proving them wrong? If this story inspired you, share this message and motivate others. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one that is most adaptable to change. Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin, father of the theory of evolution, wrote this quote as an observation of how species survive by adapting to their environments. The lesson is that flexibility and adaptability are more important than strength or intelligence when facing inevitable changes. An example is the story of Kodak, a company that failed to adapt to the digital era, contrasted with Netflix, which transformed its business model to lead the streaming industry. Adapt or perish, that is the key. Remember, changes are opportunities in disguise. Adaptation is the true advantage. Today, reflect on a change in your life. How could you adapt and grow instead of resisting it? If this message inspired you, subscribe and prepare yourself for the changes ahead.